photography, or video recording of tonight's show.
Welcome to the world-renowned Carter the Great Theater. During the performance this evening, please, no photography or video recording. Tonight's featured show is about to begin. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the magic.
Performer has entertained audiences on 6 continents, from the Hollywood Magic Castle to the London Palladium, with thousands of theaters, cruises, colleges, corporate and private events in between. Please welcome back to the House of Cards your Chief Impossibility Officer, Joe M. Turner.
All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Carter the Great showroom at House of Cards Nashville. One of America's premier magic venues. It's great to be back here. My name is Joe Turner. My job for the next 25 minutes or so is to amaze and astound all of you with a number of the amazing skills and abilities that kept me from dating in high school. So it's going to be pretty fun for y'all and kind of a tragic flashbacks for me. We'll get through it together somehow. When I was a kid, I wanted to learn how to do magic. Obviously, all the books said just start by getting a coin from your mom's purse, your dad's change, put it on the back of your hand to see if you can open and close your hand without dropping the coin, just to get a sense of the musculature of your hand and some spatial awareness and balance. The book said if you put it on the first knuckle, try to isolate the muscles in the second finger, flip it up vertical and let it flop over to the next finger, flip it over, and just to do that every day for 5 or 10 minutes. The book said if you did this, that over time it would get smoother and faster and faster and smoother. And the book said that if you did this long enough, people would clap. We do it for this row right here. You didn't see. Okay, very good. I was just making sure. I don't want to leave anybody out. So anyway, that's awesome. Glad you like it. 24 minutes to go. No, I'm just kidding. My friends were like you. They were like, once is really kind of enough with that. It's clear you've spent an unnatural amount of time learning to do something completely useless. But it's not really magic, is it? Magic is more when something that you're watching suddenly disappears into space and reappears somewhere where you weren't expecting it. Like it goes into one elbow and comes out the other side. Or you put it in one elbow and it comes out the first one. Thank you, miss. Thank you. In the back, thank you. I agree with you. But who are we among so many? No, that's okay. My friends were like the rest of you. They were like, well, that definitely is more magical. But clearly you're using some kind of sleight of hand. You're concealing the coin somehow in your fingers or behind your hand somehow, or maybe it's going up your sleeve. If only you had some kind of barrier made of steel or titanium or silk, so that when you put the coin in your hand, we would know it wasn't going through your fingers or out the back, but it had to be in your hand. It's not going up your sleeve. Then and only then might we believe when it disappeared it was truly magic. And that, my friends, is a pretty good trick for a 6-year-old, don't you agree? That's where it went. Yeah. So not much action in high school. But when I got to college, we could make something else up here. Oh, now he's good. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you get invited to parties and stuff, and also it looks like I found the level of the room, so that's good. Well, you heard the introduction. It said I'm the Chief Impossibility Officer. It says that because most of the work that I do is for corporate conferences and meetings and so forth. And, you know, to you I may seem very mild-mannered, but at a corporate event, I'm like a rock star. So it's really, it's really fun. So, I'm not sure how this got out here. That'll be important later. Just put it right there. My agenda for this meeting is that we'll do 3 experiences that give you a taste of 3 different areas of the landscape of magical artistry. We kind of touched on the first one already, conjuring, sleight of hand. You probably saw some cards and coins and stuff like that in the close-up experiences that you've had this evening. It's more visual kinds of magic, bottles and coins, and we're going to try something along those lines right now. I'd like to start by working with some of the gentlemen in the room. Are any of you possibly wearing like a ring, like a wedding ring or a class ring, signet ring, fraternity ring, something like you're wearing a ring? Could I borrow one of your rings just for a moment, sir? And what's your name?
Michelle.
Michelle? I'm Joe. Just take off one that'll come off without pain. Oh, like a signet ring kind of a style. That's very good. I'm going to put it on my finger so we don't lose it. Are there any other gentlemen? I need a few of these. Are you? No? Are you wearing? What's your name, sir?
Matt.
Matt, thank you very much. You seem to be smiling as he loaned that over. Are you okay? Is it okay if I do this for a moment? So I've got Michelle and Matt, and then we need someone over here. Is someone over here wearing a ring? No. Perhaps a lady? Is there a woman with a ring that I can borrow temporarily? How about on the front row? Or second row? Oh, we got one here. What's your name?
Kate.
Kate?
Yes.
I'm Joe.
Hi,
You're,
Joe.
you're staring with intensity.
It happens sometimes.
I'm going to stand way over here, Kate. Just relax. Let's see if we can create an experience for these 3 people. Well, really for all of us. For most of us, this is going to be an experience that's like a magical metaphor for the importance and meaning of deep human connection. It's very nice. For 3 of us, it's going to be a magical moment when we realize we might be going home with 2 different people. Then we start. Let's just see. This is pretty low tech, but I do need this so that everybody can see. 1, 2, 3. Do you see? Your ring is now. Are you okay? Michelle is like, what are you talking about? Let's see, yours was also on there. Can you see it on the chain? Isn't that slang? Is that slang for something when something is on the chain? Does that mean something important? Well, I mean, I'm from the hood, so, I mean, obviously. Well, I mean, it's a gated hood. I'm sure Kate, yours was the last one. Isn't that amazing?
So, can I touch it?
Yes. Thank you for asking. So we got 3 people whose rings have been joined into a lengthy chain, and all 3 of you will be able to reclaim your rings at the host stand after the hacksaw guy has left. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want you to be upset with me. So let me see if I can give these back to the people who loaned them to me. Let me start with, I think it was Michelle. You had the signet. And yours is coming there. Round of applause for Michelle. And then everything okay? And then we have Matt and Kate. Let me see if I can get this so that you guys can see it. Oh, you also have a signet ring, Kate. A smaller signet ring. But I'm going to work with it right here. Don't blink. Everyone watch. 1, 2, 3. It melts right through. And I'd like you both to, you take the one you want.
How much is yours worth?
Thank you, and thank you, Matt. A round of applause for our 3 participants who put their own personal property at risk for your entertainment pleasure. I think they deserve more than that. All right, so that's the first branch of our experience, is the more visual things. So rings and cards and coins and bottles and so forth. There's a second branch of the illusion arts that we call mentalism, mind reading, ESP, that sort of thing. I don't really believe in it for real. I've been married 29 years. Can't be done. You cannot read someone else's mind. She can't read mine, I can't read hers. We can make guesses, but we can't be exactly sure all the time. But it's a very strong premise, right? If you think about the idea that you could poke around in someone's mind, this is the last bastion of privacy in our society. They know what's on your phone, they know what's in your computer, they know what's in your mailbox, they know where you're going, they know where you are right now, right? I don't know who they are, but they do. But this is like the last place you can go that nobody can poke around in yet. So we're going to poke around in there just a little bit in a safe theatrical environment. And now I'd like all the ladies in the room, since we picked mostly on the gentleman in the first part, I'd like all the ladies in the room to think of a memory. I'd like you to imagine something maybe you can all relate. Go back to your childhood, the first burgeoning pangs of puppy love. Do you remember who that person was? Who first made you a little giddy, or maybe a kid at school or church or across the street or down the block or whatever it might be. And so if you can remember that person's first name, try to focus on that for a moment. If that is too painful, maybe it was a bad breakup, or maybe it's awkward because of the person you're sitting next to tonight, then maybe you could think instead of a city somewhere in the world, maybe domestic, could be international, that you would like to go visit. It means something to you. Maybe you've been there before, you'd like to return, I don't know. So a person or a city, or if neither of those works for you, then maybe just a gift, maybe a gift that was important to you, when birthday, Christmas, graduation, wedding, I don't know, some special occasion in your life, you got a gift that was particularly meaningful to you. But one of those memories, I'd like you to write one memory down on this card. And you made eye contact with me, so I'm going to ask you to participate. If you'll just write a memory down on the card. And what's your name?
Emma.
Emma, thank you very much. Would you do this? Do you mind doing it? What's your name? Kimmy, or Kimmy I-E-Y? Y. All right, very good. And hi there, what's your name? Megan, H or no H? With the H. All right, Megan. If you'll do the same thing, just on the blank in the back, write your memory. When you've done that, fold the card in half and then in half again. That is, into quarters, and with the information on the inside. Makes it even more of a challenge. Let's see. And once you've done that, hold the folded card in the air so that I know that you're done. And then we will proceed to the second phase of this. I hear this. I don't want to hear a discussion about it because I might pick up on some key information. So just make your decision as you go. Now you're done. If you'll drop the card into my right pocket, and then I'll take the pen. Thank you, Kimmy. And then Emma, if you'll drop the card into my right pocket, and I'll take the pen. And then last but not least, Megan. Card in pocket, pen in hand. Thank you. Now, sort of on the end down here, I have an unusual request for you. What's your name?
Jack.
Jack, can I ask you to stand right next to me for a second? Could you hold your left hand up in the air with one finger extended? Good choice, thank you for that. And if you'll just put that in my pocket, all the way to the bottom, and stir around. That's good, that's good. We're not trying to impress anybody, but you can have a seat, thank you. The reason I asked you to do that was not just because it's kind of silly, but for a practical reason. When they put their cards in my pocket, some people think, well, he was watching, and she put hers toward the front, and she dropped hers toward the back, and so he might know just from the position whose card went where. But by stirring it, there's no way I can know. I'm going to try to determine whose memory belongs to whom using lie detection. So I'm going to open up the card and read the memory out loud, and I'm going to ask you if this is your memory. You're all going to say no. Right? No matter how I phrase it, you're all going to say no, and that means two of you will be telling the truth, and one of you will be lying. I will try to determine who the liar is. So no matter how I ask it, I want you to say no. So here's the first memory. I'm going to ask you, and you're going to say no, okay? So do you understand the rules? Ah, good, good, good. Okay, so Emma, did you write Michael? Kimmy, did you write Michael? Megan, did you write Michael? Kimmy, did you write Michael? Kimmy, are you sure you didn't write Michael? You know how I can tell you're telling the truth? Because Emma is our liar, and she gave it away. Big round of applause for Emma. You can take that. Let's take the next one. I'm not even going to look at it. I'm going to ask this gentleman to hold on to it. Now, those of you who are mathematically inclined probably noticed that my odds have gotten better. So now I know it's going to be yours or yours. I have no idea. But some people think, well, he knows because there's something about the pen or some way the card is giving him a sense of whose is whose. So I won't even look at it. This time, what's your name?
Todd.
Todd is going to read out the memory. I'm never going to even look at it. I'm just going to do this totally by audio. So if you'll just tell me what's on the blank there. Just say it out loud. Matthew, please fold it back up. Hold on to it. I'm going to ask both of the ladies if they chose Matthew. They're both going to say no. Play along with me. See if you can tell. Kimmy, did you choose Matthew?
No.
Megan, did you choose Matthew? Between those two, how many think it's Kimmy? How many think it's Megan? See, I think, hands down, I am leaning toward the fact that one of those people put a little extra punch in it, and it felt like they were maybe overplaying their hand. And so I'm actually going to go against the audience, and I'm going to say that this actually belongs to Kimmy. Telling the truth now, did you write Matthew? Yes, all right, very good. I'll give this back to you. Megan, obviously we have one remaining. Could I ask you to join me on stage? A round of applause for Megan. Yours is the last one that's in here. I'm not even going to stand right here. And then with your left hand, please reach back into my pocket and take your card out. And just hold it in your clenched fist. We won't even bother opening it up. Just hold it closed in your fist. And the reason I ask you to do that is instead of trying to determine whose it is, since we know it's yours, we're going to try to determine exactly what the memory is that you're thinking of. So hold it in your fist. Don't say anything out loud. I'll just look. Where are you from, Megan? Long Island. Like halfway out or all the way out or?
Middle.
The middle. Okay, very good. And so are you now living in Nashville or are you visiting?
No, we're visiting.
Visiting. All right, very good. And okay, I can tell you just in talking with her about the geography of that, this is not a place that she's thinking of. She did not concentrate on a location. So I'm narrowing it down, and I am getting a sense of a person, but it is not. It's not really the point of this. Is this is what I'm getting. It's not a person, but there is a person involved. Not just in the fact that this is a gift. It's not just from a person, but it requires a person in order to actually use this gift. At least that's what I'm getting. Megan, what was the memory that you chose? Sorry? A charm necklace? Well, I told you all that I don't really believe in mind reading, but I do believe in strong theater, and that's why I wrote
What?
down a charm necklace. Round of applause for Megan and watch your step as you're going down the stairs. Oh. All right, well done. Well played, Megan. All right, so conjuring, mentalism. We have one more adventure in store. In order to do this last version, this last illusion, I do need the assistance of a couple of people who might come up on stage and help. It's great if there are a couple that are here together that might be willing to help. Is she saying please no, please no? Is that what she said? Yes?
We'll do it.
You'll do it. All right, round of applause. If you'll let them out so they can come on the stage. I know. Thank you, Kate, for directing traffic here. Appreciate it. What's your name, sir? Patricio, if you'll stand here. And Miss, your name? Jen. Jen and Patricio, thank you for coming on stage. Round of applause. Welcome them. The third and final illusion category tonight that I'd like to share with you is what we call escapology, the art of escape. It's the kind of magic where people, Michelle, are bound or confined in some way, and they try to free themselves before something else happens, right? So won't that be fun? I mean, it's going to be me. It's going to be me. Relax. You look real nervous. Just relax. It's going to be me. But in order to do this, Jen, is it one N or two? One, Jen. In order to do this, I do need some freedom of movement. So with your permission, may I remove my jacket? Thank you. I know I was raised in Mississippi. I ask before it comes off. Oh, by the way, ladies, as the jacket comes off, please do not rush. I think enough said. Someone does that. In a moment, Patricio and Jen, I'm going to ask you to hold the jacket in a certain way. You'll put your left hand just right up under the shoulder, and you'll put your right hand just up under that shoulder, and you'll make a little curtain right here. Not right now, but in a moment, that's where we're headed. In order to do an escape for you folks, I have to have something from which to escape, and I've come prepared with this OSHA compliant House of Cards Nashville Magic Emergency Kit, which has a piece of cotton poly rope. If you'll hold that end, Patricio, and Jan, if you'll hold that end, please pull on it, make sure it's solid rope. People are like, well, maybe there's like Velcro, or it's made of breakaway this, or it comes apart or something. It's real rope, standard hardware store rope. In the event I cannot free myself, I do have scissors that you can use to cut me loose, just in case. Now, if any of you are super sensitive to bright light or highly reflective surfaces, now is your chance to get your eyewear, because these sleeves are coming up, and I want you to have been warned. I know. I mean, this isn't the bad side. That's, oh my God. I know, like this is the shirt, and that's Joe, and it's like, it's hard to tell. You can't spray that on. You have to grow it yourself. But I just roll those up so you can see there's nothing inside the sleeves, nothing hiding to help me get loose or to snap it if you'll let go for a moment. I'm going to tie a knot. Now hold the ends again. I'm going to put my wrist in there. I want you to pull it down till it's on my skin. And now use both hands and pull it legitimately as tight as you can. I'm not kidding. Please, yeah, come on. Use the other hand too. That's good. That's pull it. Keep the pressure on. And you use both hands. Keep it tight. Now in the back, I don't know if you can see, but I mean, you can do a little tighter. Did you feel it? It went back down just like maybe a 16th of an inch or so. That's good. Go a little more. A little more. You can feel that. And if I don't worry. Everybody's watching me. I'm telling you what to do. It's going all the way around. My hand will start to change color, but it's okay. Pull it a little bit more, so you can see my skin is kind of being wrenched up into that knot just a little bit. You see that? It's real. If you drop the ends, just let go completely. You can see it maintains that pressure because it's cotton, and you felt how it's cinched down. So Jen, with one end, you're going to take the other ends and put a knot around my other wrist. Patricio, you pull it as tight as you can, and she's going to put her finger on the knot. Pull it tighter. There's still plenty of slack in there. Pull it more. Make sure there's no slack hiding. Okay, now Jen, put your finger on the knot, and you put another knot, Patricio, on top of that, so that it does not slip out. You move your finger only when it gets down to the, just pull it tight. And now you can see, Jen, you can't get your finger between the rope and my skin. on either wrist, right? Either that one. Perfect. So I'm going to let the audience check out your work. If you'll grab the jacket and hold it the way that I showed you a moment ago. How about gentlemen on the end, right here? If you would please put another knot. They tied it tightly enough that there's still 2 little ends. If you'll put another knot on there, just to make sure that it's secure with 3 knots deep, plus the knots on the other wrist. And hold it level, hold it level. That's good. You okay?
Yeah.
Just making sure. I want you to step to your right a little bit and hold this up. Now, in a moment, I will attempt to free myself from the impossible bonds into which I have been placed by Patricio and Jen. And this I shall attempt to do in 30 seconds or less, as measured by Patricio's watch. Are you wearing a watch? Okay, well then I'm going to hold this up here. Just come in a little bit closer. Now hold your left hand up. Are you wearing a watch? No, just work with me on this. Don't go anywhere. Hold your left hand up. I want you to snap your fingers. Can you snap your left fingers? You're not wearing a watch? Okay, well, snap them loud so you can do it. Now you're going to do it like seconds, counting seconds. 2, 3. That's a little fast. That's right. 1 Mississippi. 2. Very good. And so I get 30 seconds to free myself after you say on your mark, get set, go. Now I won't be able to do this if I'm bound in front of my body. Now you remember they tied my hands behind my back. Okay, look at that. Feel that knot. Isn't that nice? They are really...
That's real.
I know, it's so fun. So if you'll hold your left hand up, you go on your mark, get set, go, and then every 5 seconds you'll say 5, 10, 15, and all that. Okay. So you,
Get set. Go.
okay, you sped up all that. That's not even fair, but we're going to go with that. Is that 5? 5 right there? Oh my gosh, how many is that?
10.
I think we're really only at about 8, but we'll stop and call it 10. Give them both a big round of applause. They did a fantastic job. Very good, Jen. Nice to meet you too. Hi there. Maybe you should grab that emergency kit. I'm not real sure what good the scissors will be against the cold, hard steel that we find ourselves in, but if you'll grab those scissors, you'll find attached to them is a ribbon. Attached to the ribbon is a key, which is a handy thing to have at a time like this. You know why, Jen? Because I'm Presbyterian, and this is 5 shades of gray past my world record. So if you'll pull toward down, and opens up, give them both a big round of applause. Thank you for helping. Thank you very much. Watch your step as you go down on the stage. And for those of you who would like to check out the wrists afterwards, you can actually see the imprint of the rope in the way that they tied my wrists, but it's fine. I'll put a little lotion on that, and it'll be good to go tomorrow. All right, well, I think that's going to be the end of our agenda. We did some conjuring, sleight of hand, with items borrowed from the audience. We did some mind reading with thoughts borrowed from the audience. And we even did an escape with a couple borrowed from the audience. So I think we've covered as much ground as we have time. If you enjoyed it, please go on Google or Yelp or whatever your MySpace or whatever you do, I don't know, and write a review for House of Cards. And if you enjoyed the show, my name's Joe M. Turner, TurnerMagic.com. I'd love to get your review of my work as well. If you enjoyed it, if you didn't enjoy it, nobody likes a whiner. So just don't tell anybody that. If you enjoyed it, please let the management know. Maybe they'll have me back sometime. It's been a pleasure to entertain you tonight. My name's Joe Turner. Good night. Thanks for coming.